we compared linear motion with circular motion, because every motion in the real world is not linear. Okay, it will have some kind of curve. So circular motion is one of the, is also a curvilinear motion, which we studied in the last class. So we started basics of that. We studied what is displacement, what is angular displacement, what is angular velocity. So all that you can watch the video and you can understand. If you have doubts, you can ask me. And coming to now, we will start with non-uniform.
Sir, in the last class, we were left with centripetal accelerations derivation.
Yeah, that is not there yet. I don't think it is there in the syllabus. That's why I checked it. I'm not doing it. We'll do it later. Okay. Once we finish the chapter. If you want, ask if you want extra. Okay. First we'll finish the syllabus. So non-uniform circular motion. As the word say, non-uniform means what? Not uniform. If you remember the linear motion, what it was? Non-uniform motion. Linear motion. What is that? It is that basically if the velocity of the motion keeps on changing. Okay. The velocity of the motion keeps on changing. It's called what? Not velocity. The speed of the speed. Write down the definition. If the speed of the motion varies with time, then it's called non-uniform circular motion. Never write velocity. Why? Because velocity will change. Velocity will change. Why? Because velocity is what? What is velocity? Saurabh?
So velocity is vector quantity.
What it is?
Sir, means direction and magnitude.
Speed and direction. Yes or no? Since it is a magnitude and direction, direction keeps on changing. Why? Because if you are here, your direction this side. If you are here, direction this side. So your velocity is changing. So we will not say velocity. So what is constant? The magnitude is constant. If the magnitude is constant, you say it is UCM, uniform circular motion. If the velocity, the speed is varying, like you are going at 5 kilometer, not 25 kilometer, you are keep on decreasing, increasing, then it is called non-uniform circular motion. Is it clear? Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
All of you? Tarang, clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
But the velocity, the speed is changing, but the velocity is still, the direction is this side. Tangential direction. So the velocity is tangential. Also the centripetal or radial acceleration. Okay. This also is what? Tangential. However, for non-uniform circular, the magnitude of A is not constant. What is A? What is A? A is what? Radial acceleration. Yes or no? AR.
Yes, sir.
Called radial acceleration. Why it is not constant? When the speed is changing, how the acceleration can be constant? I told in the last class, if acceleration is constant, then what? The speed is increasing if it is positive. If the acceleration is positively, it is 5 kilometer per second square. That means it is increasing. The acceleration is negative, constant but negative, then the speed is decreasing. If acceleration is 0, then what? The speed is what? Constant. See, if acceleration is constant, positive constant, then speed is increasing. If acceleration is negative constant, sorry. Okay. Okay. See, you are going at 5 kilometers per hour. Okay. You are saying your acceleration is 0. That means you are not accelerating. So At any point of time, you will go same speed. So speed is constant. Is it clear? You're not accelerating. Your speed is constant. Second, your acceleration is constant, but positive constant. 5 kilometer per hour square. That means first hour you are 5 kilometer, second hour you are 10 kilometer, third hour you are 20 kilometer, 15 kilometer. So like that it is increasing. So acceleration is positive, but constant is speed is what? Increasing. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Acceleration is negative constant, means minus 5 kilometer per hour r square, means you are decreasing. Your accelerating, you are deaccelerating. At one point of time, you are riding at 30 kilometer per hour. After some time, 25. After some time, 20. So you are reducing. So your speed is decreasing. When acceleration is negative, we normally say that retardation. Yes or no? Retardation. Deacceleration.
Yes, sir.
Next is when acceleration is zero. When you're not accelerating, you're going in a constant speed or constant speed. So your speed is what? Constant. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
All of you clear?
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Very, very important. The acceleration responsible for changing the velocity is directed along the opposite to the velocity. Hence, it is always tangential. Means what? Means what? Okay, you are here. Why? What is making you change the direction? Is what? Is what? What is forcing you to change the direction? Is what? It is the tangential force. Constantly, there is a tangential force which is forcing you change direction, change direction, change direction. Understood? Understood?
Yes,
Constantly,
sir.
there is a tangential force which is forcing the body to change direction. If the force is not acting, then what will happen? It will go straight. Yes or no? You can rotate
Yes,
a
sir.
stone. You keep on rotating by standing here. And if you want to leave, then just leave it. It will go straight. It will hit somebody. Yes or no? Yes or no? Like a hammer throw. Hammer
Yes, sir.
throw. What do?
Yes, sir.
You stand in a circle and you rotate it. You have to throw the hammer within this limit only. So you have to ensure that your hammer is released from here. If your hammer is released here, it will go here and become a foul. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Similarly, a tangential force is always acted, and the acceleration is called tangential acceleration. Tangential acceleration, because your acceleration is along the tangent. That's called tangential acceleration. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. As magnitude of tangential velocity is changing during a non-uniform circular motion, the corresponding angular velocity is also changing. Of course, when the tangential velocity is changing, when your tangential velocity is changing, yes or no? So what is the angular velocity? What is the angular velocity? It is W. Yes or no? So what is angular acceleration? It is this one. And that is what? D omega by dt. You know very well that your acceleration is nothing but dv by dt. That means change of velocity, rate of change of velocity with unit time. Yes or no? Similarly,
Yes,
the
sir.
same also applies for a circular motion where the angular acceleration, this is called what? Angular acceleration, normally written by alpha, like this. Alpha. Alpha is d omega. Why this one? Vector. This is a vector. D omega by dt. Nothing. Instead of v, you are supplying, you are replacing omega. Instead of a, you are replacing with alpha. Otherwise, everything is same. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Even though even though now this is a paper, okay, this is a paper, you are going in a circular motion. That means during this non-uniform circular motion, the particles remain on the plane. They don't jump out. They don't go like this. Do they go like this? Have you seen? No. They don't. They don't jump like this. They all remain in the same plane. They remain grounded to the plane. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? Clear? And yesterday also I told you, what did I tell you last class? That if your direction is this side, okay, your A is this side, angular acceleration, and also your omega is also what? This side, both side. And if your direction is opposite, it is called what? Rishabh, Saurabh, what it is called? Right hand thumb rule.
Right hand thumb rule.
Okay. Your angular acceleration is this side, but your velocity is which side? Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So for increasing speed, the omega is always opposite to this is increasing speed. For increasing speed, if the speed is increasing, then omega is opposite to alpha. Understood? Omega is opposite to alpha, the direction. But for decreasing speed, omega is always what? Same direction of alpha. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If the angular acceleration alpha is constant and along the axis of rotation, all theta, omega, and alpha is directed along the axis. Is always directed. That means, sorry. If your alpha means angular acceleration is constant, then your omega, theta, okay, and also alpha is all in same direction. Is all in same direction. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Very, very important. We'll do a small problem. A fan is rotating at 90 RPM. What is RPM? What is RPM?
Rotational per minute.
Rotations per minute. Okay. Normally it is normally you will find it in your bikes. Okay. Pulsar and all, it will be written RPM. If you accelerate, if you give more acceleration, then your RPM will increase. Okay, rotations per minute. It is sudden. The fan is rotating at 90 RPM. Is suddenly switched off. Okay, it stops after 21 revolution. After making 21 revolution, the fan finally stops. Calculate the time taken by the fan to stop, assuming that frictional. Calculate the time taken by it to stop, assuming that frictional torque is constant. Means we have to basically find out how much time it took to become what? To become what? Speed 0, constant. Means finally the fan is start rotating. So how much time it took for it to be at rest? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? So 90 RPM is 90 rotations per minute. If I convert it into second, can I do 90 by 60? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So if it is rotating per minute 90 rotations, in 1 second it is rotating 1.5. Yes or no? What is omega naught? What is omega naught? Omega naught is the initial angular velocity, omega naught. And omega t, omega f is the final velocity. You know that final velocity is always, angular velocity is 0. Why? Because fan is stopped rotating. Yes or no? Yes or no? What is omega naught? Omega naught is what? 2 pi n naught. What is n naught? N naught is this one, rotations per second. Because we have to convert into a angular velocity by multiplying 2 pi. 2 pi into what? N naught. N naught is what? 1.5. Did you understand? Did you understand, guys? But 1.5 rotations. Rotations is what? How many pi? If one rotation is pi, full rotation, no, 2 pi, then what is 1.5 pi rotations? This is a point. The whole circle is what? 2 pi? Yes or no? Pi is 180 degree, no? I am saying complete circle. That means what? 2 pi? 2 pi is one rotation. So what is 1.5? Another 0.5 rotations or not? So 2 pi plus pi, that is 3 pi. Did you understand? Did you understand? 3 pi. 3 pi rotations. Yes or no? So total rotation will be what? Omega naught is 3 pi. 3 pi is the value. Understood? Is it clear? Clear. So how to find out? What is alpha? Your alpha is omega final minus omega initial divided by the time. Yes or no? What is omega final? Omega final is 0. And what is omega naught? 2 pi, 3 pi by t is equal to alpha. Yes or no? Yes or no? But what is alpha? What is alpha? How do we find alpha? What is alpha? Your book is amazing. Your book is amazing. What it is telling, God knows. Theta 2 pi n, where 21 is coming. अपने मन से सब, 21 is the revolution, okay? So 2 pi n is the angle, total angle, okay? 442 pi radian, okay, radians. Omega is 0, okay? Theta is 2 pi n. 42 pi, so 63 pi square by 3 pi square. This problem I'll come back to you. This problem is not at all explaining properly. I will come back to you. Okay, so we'll go to the dynamics of circular motion. First, we'll understand about centripetal force. Very, very important force. There are two types of forces in a circular motion. Are you aware? Centrifugal and centripetal. What is centripetal and what is centrifugal? If you are rotating in a circular motion, the force acting towards the center is called what? Centripetal. Did you understand? Did you understand?
Yes,
and if the force acting outward is called what? Centrifugal. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So what is responsible for the centripetal force? It is the radial acceleration. So there are two types of acceleration in the circular motion. One is radial acceleration, that is called AR, and one is tangential acceleration, AT. So the acceleration which is responsible for the centripetal force is the radial acceleration. Why? Radial, why? Because it is towards the center, acting towards the center. Okay. So what is the force what is the acceleration which will responsible for the centripetal force? It is the radial acceleration. Is it clear? Is it clear? And what is the formula? The formula is MVR. MVR. The centripetal force is called MVR. And if you substitute V is equal to R omega, it will be M into V R omega into omega. It will be m omega square r. Why minus? Why minus? Because it is direction is opposite. Direction is opposite. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
All of you, Swarup, Tarang.
Yes, sir.
Remember, the word centripetal is not the same or type of force like gravitation or nuclear. It is the adjective or a property of that force, saying that direction of this force is always toward the center. It see the force is same. Only it is not like others, same like gravitation or nuclear force. We have four fundamental forces. What is that four fundamental forces? Swarup, what are the four fundamental forces? Weak nuclear force, strong nuclear force, gravitational force, and last is
Electromagnetic force.
very good. And which is the strongest? Yes or no? One is the strongest force, strong nuclear force. Second is electromagnetic force. Third is weak nuclear force. Fourth is gravitational force. So weakest is the gravitational force. Is it clear? This must be taught in your 11th class. Yes or no? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Coming to centrifugal force. What is centrifugal force? Imagine you are in a merry-go-round. Merry-go-round, if you remember, you have childhood days, everybody played. Yes or no? You will have some kind of what? There will be a pole and there will be a circle and there will be seats made. Yes or no? One boy will try to rotate it, other boy will sit and they will enjoy like a merry-go-round. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So which is the force which is acting outward? That is called what? Centrifugal force. So that centrifugal force is just the opposite. The value remains same. It is same. Omega square r. The magnitude is same. Only thing is that it is opposite to the center. If center is this side, it is outward. Opposite. It was minus omega m omega square r. So opposite means it will be another minus. So plus omega square r. The magnitude is same. Only thing is that the direction is opposite. Understood? And we say it is a pseudo force. What is pseudo force? Imaginary force. It is an imaginary force. Why? Why is it imaginary force? See, if somebody, I told you that if in circular motion, the centrifugal is the outward force, the centripetal is the inward force. Okay. Since if the body rotates in a circular motion, only if your CPF, centripetal force, is equal to CFF. Why? Because both the forces balances each other and the body continues to rotate in the circular motion. Yes or no? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Anytime your CPF is greater than CFF, what will happen? The body will fall towards the center. It will hit you. It will hit you if you are rotating. And if your CFF is greater than CPF, then the body will, what will happen? The body will go outward. So instead of hammer throw, you ensure that your CFF is greater than CPF. You have to throw the hammer. But if you do like this, then what will happen? The hammer will hit you and you will become injured. Is it clear? Is it clear? So we say it is an imaginary force because if there is a centripetal force acting, then there has to be something of outward force which is acting outward opposite to the centripetal force. Okay? Understood? Clear or not?
Understood. Yes, sir.
Coming to what is the application of circular motion? The vehicle along a horizontal circular track Have you seen? Have you seen that? What if I remember? Maut ka kuan. Have you seen Maut ka kuan?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? There'll be a bike which starts like this, then goes like this, keep on go like this, and you will see the bike will rotate. Bike will be rotating here, and people will be watching here. Have you seen that? Have you seen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is that? That is one application of the what? Uniform circular motion. If the biker will be constantly, first it will increase the speed. Understood? Increase speed, and after some time it will be rotating. If the biker continues to be in the same speed, then the biker continues to be in that same path, that same circle. Moment the biker speeds up, what will happen? Either he'll go outward, or if he reduces, he will slowly fall down. So one of the major example of the uniform circular motion is that Maut ka kuan. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear or not? That is called well of death. You can see in the page number 4. Page number 4. A vertical cylindrical wall of radius r inside which a vehicle is driven horizontal circle. Horizontal circle. Yes or no? Horizontal circle. And it's a stunt, we say. Understood? So what happens actually, you tell me? So let us study about the physics of that. What actually happens? So let me draw the kuan, Maut ka kuan. It's called well of death. Why? Because we say that if somebody who is becomes imbalanced will die for sure, and it's dangerous, and you pay a lot of ticket, maybe 150 rupees. Nowadays it's 150, 200. Yes or no? Yes or no? So this is a center of the cylinder. It is exactly perfect cylinder. Huh? It's made up of cement. Understood? Hmm? Yes or no? So see the figure 1.5. As shown in the figure 1.5, the force acting on the vehicle to be a point are normal reaction. Normal reaction. How? Because the vehicle is here. The vehicle is here. Let me draw the vehicle. Somewhere here. Rotating here, no? So if the vehicle is here, the weight is this side. But if the surface is here, the surface will act a normal reaction. What is a normal reaction? If the weight is on a ground, the weight is downwards because always towards the earth, and the surface acts a opposite force. It's called normal reaction. But here the surface is here, so surface will act opposite. Here is normal reaction, and this side is mg. Why? Because this is not earth. Earth is downward. Ground is here. So the mg is always. So the normal reaction and the mg will have a perpendicular to each other. Is it clear? Did you understand? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So next, what are the forces? These are two forces. The third force is the static friction. What is static friction? The friction responsible for the body, what? To be at rest. Yes or no? It's called static friction. Along vertically upward between the vertical wall and the tire. It is this side. Understood? And what does it prevent? It prevents the downward slipping. So the force is acting upward. So because the force acting upward, the tire is not slipping downward. If the force would have been acting downward, then the tire would have slipped down, and then real death would have happened. So to ensure that the body does not slip down, the force friction is acting whichward? Upward. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Since the body, very, very important, listen to me. The body is rotating in a circular motion. That means towards the center, what force we studied just now? What force will happen? What force? Towards the center.
Centripetal.
Very good. Centripetal force. That means here N is this side and your centripetal force also this side. Then N is equal to centripetal force, which is equal to M omega square R. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? And what is your mg? Your mg is equal to Fa. Your mg is equal to Fa. That means the magnitude of static friction is equal to Fa. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear or not? Yes or no? So your Fa,
Yes, sir.
your Fa is always less than equal to mu n. What is mu n? What is mu Sn? Coefficient of static friction. Coefficient of static friction. Very, very important. Okay. You study the frictional chapter in 11th, you will understand. I don't want to tell them because that is itself is a concept. So what will happen? If your Fa is less than equal to mu Sn, then can I say Fa is what? Mg? Your Mg will be less than equal to what? Mu S into M omega square R or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is M
Yes,
omega
sir.
square R? V is equal to R omega. Yes or no? So can I write uh, uh, this one as mv square R? How? See, how I can write mv square R? What is mv square? V is equal to R omega. So I substitute instead of V, R omega square divided by R. So it is m R square omega square by R. So R goes, it is m R omega square. So this m omega square I'm writing as mv square. So your mg is less than equal to mu s m v square by R. Yes or no? Yes or no? Hmm? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Both sides, m is constant. M is both sides is there. So I will. So what is g? Your g is mu s v square by R. Did you understand? Then what is your v square? Your v square is equal to rg by mu s. And what is your v? Your v, sorry, this is there. No, greater than. Greater than. V is greater than equal to v square. If v square is greater than equal to rg by mu s, then v will be greater than equal to rg by mu s root over. Did you understand? And it is the minimum velocity. It is the minimum velocity. So if you want to find out that what is the speed or the velocity at which the person or the biker should keep on rotating without falling, then you have to substitute the value. What is the radius of the what? The den, the depth well. What is the g? What is mu s? And you will find out the velocity. Did you understand? Did you understand, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So before doing all these stunts, don't think they are fools or they are not. They don't know physics. They very well calculate. They have their physicists or they have their people who know science. They do all this calculation and then only they perform. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
A motorcyclist is to undertake horizontal circle in a cylindrical wall of a inner radius 4 meter. So now the problem comes. So R is given. It is telling the radius of that well is 4 meter. Coefficient of static friction. Coefficient of static friction mu s is what? 0.4. Calculate the minimum speed at frequency necessary to perform the stunt. How much? What should be the speed for the biker to perform the stunt? Directly formula. Substitute 4. G always take 10 meter. Whichever problem it will tell you 10 meter per second square, take 10 meter, or it is 9.8. Normally it is 9.8 meter per second square. If it's telling 10 meter, you take 10 meter. Okay. So what is the value? 10 is there, it will go. So 400 by 4. So 100. So what is the speed? 10 meter per second. So the speed of the biker to perform the stunt is 10 meter per second. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Okay. So we'll end the class today here. I want you to study this. Understand? We have two more applications for this circular motion, and we will do it. Next is very very important. So I will take one full class for it to explain because it is very important on a banked road. Okay, on a banked road. And one more is the vehicle on a horizontal circular path. Horizontal circular path means like going the bike, like the what do you call that? Athlete going in a circular path. Okay, or maybe the racer, the F1 racer. Okay, so that we will study. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? I want you to study, guys. Without studying, then we'll see a lot of this is a small chapter. We'll finish in another 3 4. Okay. Okay. See you then. Thank you. Bye.